Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to be watching a video on buying a used Tesla. Here's what you need to know. I'll be honest, I've been looking at getting a new car. I'm tired of my beater, man. I just keep fixing it. There's another problem, keep fixing it. And I don't really want to pay too much for a new car that I have to do so much maintenance on. Sorry, a used car that I have to do so much maintenance on. And one thing that kept coming up when it comes to low maintenance was Teslas. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to be curious and see exactly what goes on, what makes a good Tesla, what doesn't. And hopefully this video, it was, I think, the most viewed video when it comes to this kind of topic. So I'm going to see if it actually is a good buy, if you buy it used. If not, I don't know if it's going to be heavily biased or not. So I'm not going to make my judgment on this, but hopefully I learned something new. So let me know if you have a good car, if you have a used Tesla and you bought one and you've had issues with it, or you have one new and you haven't had issues. And also what maintenance you have to do to it. That is one thing I'm so tired of doing to my car. Maintenance, maintenance, maintenance. Let's get into it, guys.
Forward position, so that's better.
What the hell?
If you're looking for a
Okay,
used
I
Tesla,
don't know
but
what
you're
that
not
was.
exactly sure what you should be looking for to make sure it's in good condition, you're in the right place. There's a lot of things that make Teslas just like
Thanks,
any
man.
other car, but there are definitely things that make Teslas
Are Teslas just like any other car?
very unique
I
as
mean, the
well.
wheels, the
So today I'm
doors,
going to go over
sure.
some of the unique things about Teslas and what you should be aware about if you're going to buy a
I will say, I don't know what year Tesla that is, but I do like the look of it. That looks cool. I like that.
used one. So let's go ahead and dive into what may be the most unique and important thing about Teslas, and that is the battery. How do we know the battery's in
That
good
is
health, and
important.
how do we know how much range we'll have? Well, there's
I think the battery is also like the most expensive part of it, so you want to make sure it's
three
good,
pretty
right?
common ways to check this. The
And I
first
know
one
back
is
in the
to
day they
charge
used to
to
be bad.
100% and just tap on the screen to see what your mileage is at 100%. And this is the most inaccurate of the three ways, but still pretty accurate, I would
Oh,
say.
interesting. I would have thought that would have
Secondly,
been the
you can
accurate
use a
one.
third-party app like Tessie, or what I have called TesLab, and they run their own battery health tests based on different charging data. And you
Right? So you can get a third party app to tell you the max range of it. Does a Tesla not do that automatically? I feel like that would be something that would be kind of useful for a Tesla, but and you know what? Maybe they try to hide it
can
so they
use
don't want
this
people to see
app
it or
to
something.
see what your projected range would be at a full battery. And third, the most accurate way, but the most time consuming way as well, would be to go into service mode and run a battery health test. This test will take your car through a whole process
Oh,
where it will
so it
drain
does
your
have
entire
something you can do in the
battery,
car.
but
Okay,
it will
okay.
give you by far the most accurate
What?
whole process where it will drain your entire battery, but it will give you by
I'm confused. So it drains your entire battery and then measures
far
it
the
that
most
way?
accurate
Interesting.
estimation of how
Interesting.
much capacity you have. Now, do note that battery degradation in any Tesla model is normal. So it's really important to understand the degradation curve of Teslas because most degradation happens in the first 20 to 30,000 miles.
Now, one thing I remember reading a while back too is how you charge it. So I would be kind of curious to see if you charged it. What is it? Super fast charging, right? Obviously, that's going to degrade it more. Kind of like with phones, right? They have that same issue where you have wireless charging. You have a different ways of bunch of different ways of charging. And if you use like super fast charging, it's going to degrade the battery more. But with phones, obviously, it's not as big of a deal. You can just bring a charger with you. But with batteries and a Tesla, you kind of can. I mean, you're on the road, right? So I assume that would affect it. Let me know in the comments if that does affect it. If not, how much it affects it. Maybe it's negligible, right? And that's what I'm curious
So if you're
about.
looking for a Tesla with about 25,000 miles and you check the degradation, you may be surprised at how high
Yeah,
the
I'm looking for a
degradation
cheaper
rate
one. I
is, and it
want
may
more
freak you out a
mileage
little
for
bit, but
cheaper.
don't worry, just know it flattens out over time. And on the other hand, if you're buying a Tesla with like 150,000 miles, of
Oh,
course
I
the
don't know about
range
that
will
high.
be less, but your rate of degradation at that point will be significantly less. And also,
I mean, if I were to buy one with high mileage, again, as long as it was kind of upkept, again, I don't really know what to look for when it comes to charging, right? Because I doubt I'll be able to go and buy a used car and then ask him to do a full battery drain in order to test it. So I guess third party apps would probably be the best way for me. Um, I don't know. I really don't know. Let me know if that actually works, what I should look for, that kind of thing.
with the battery, you want to know how the car was used. Was it used for an Uber for a couple years? Was it a Hertz rental? And in either of those
Oof,
cases, was
not a
it
rental.
supercharged all the time or was it charged at home all the time? Now, you would think supercharging your car all the time would have a worse effect on your battery. There are mixed
Okay.
confused
Perfect. So he's going to answer it. That's exactly what I was curious
and whether
about.
that is true or not, but either way, if you do one of these 3 battery health tests, that should give you a good idea of your range and your battery capacity.
Okay, interesting. So maybe it doesn't affect it as much as I thought. If anybody can confirm down below, that would be super helpful for me because I feel like it would affect it.
Now let's talk about accident history. With Teslas, I don't think there's that big of a difference between repairs when it comes to Teslas versus any other kind of
Oh,
car.
that
But there
sucks.
is
Come on.
one important thing to be wary about, and that is if the battery has been replaced or not. And by battery, I of course mean the battery pack underneath the car, not the 12-volt battery in the
Wouldn't that
front,
be a good
because
thing if
with
it
the
was done
battery
by the
pack
dealership at
replacements,
least?
I have
Or
heard
no?
stories in the past that I don't know if they use refurbished batteries or what, but cars that have had one replacement are more likely to have other replacements as well in the future.
Interesting. Okay, I wonder if that includes the ones done by the dealership. I don't know. I'm actually kind of surprised about that. I thought if it was a new replaced battery, you would have less issues, right? If they rebalance all the cells in the battery, I mean, at a certain point, you would think it's a new battery, but he's not wrong if they refurbish a battery and then kind of toss it into a new car. Well, yeah, it's not a new battery then. Interesting. All right, I'll have to keep that in mind.
And again, I don't know exactly why that is, but I do know it's usually done through Tesla. And in those cases, if the battery does fail for
Okay, there it is. It's not through Tesla.
more than a first or
Question
second
answered.
time, Tesla will replace it for free. But again, even if it's covered under some sort of warranty, it's not a maintenance issue you probably want to go through. And one
No.
more thing, if it is a repaired Tesla or a previously totaled Tesla, sometimes it won't be eligible for supercharging. And I mean literally eligible. Like the car will
Oh,
not let
wow.
you plug into a supercharger if it's been through significant damage in the past and Tesla deems it as not safe to super.
No, that is good to know. I wasn't planning on buying a rebuilt or sorry, said the same thing twice. I wasn't planning on buying a damaged one or anything, but that is good to know. I did not even know that that was a thing because that would suck to buy it and then not even be able to supercharge it. I mean, genuinely, how the hell are you supposed to get around that? That is the nice part about gas cars. As long as it's working, you can pretty much get anywhere. But with electric cars, again, the reason I'm thinking of Tesla is just because they got the charging network. And maybe it's more universal now. Again, let me know but down below. I really don't know what I'm getting myself into with this. But I am tired of maintenance. I just want a car, a daily driver that I can drive around and not have to worry too much about any problems with it. And what kept coming up was Tesla. So we'll see.
Charge. Like for
But
example,
yeah, if
I
I can't
know
use
if
a
it's a
supercharger,
rebuilt
that would
title,
suck.
the owner can go through some steps with Tesla to bring the car in and have them approve it and have it be deemed safe for supercharging. But again, if you don't want to do that, just make sure that the car is eligible for supercharging if it has significant accident history.
Yeah, but how? Is it like on the app that'll say like eligible, or do I got to call customer support with them in? You know?
Something else unique to Teslas, especially ones that are used from Hertz, is curb rash. Let me show you what I mean. So these are aftermarket wheel covers, and I'm a good driver. There's no curb rash on here. But the wheel covers Tesla comes with are like a centimeter shorter than these aftermarket ones. So the outside of the rim is exposed throughout the entire tire of the car. So if you were to get curb rash on the original
Oof.
wheel covers, you would see it and it would damage the rim. Now, if you're buying a Tesla that has that, what I'd recommend is to get a pair of these. So instead of having to buy and replace a whole set of rims, these are like less than 200 bucks for some high quality ones, and they will hide all the curb rash. And if you do get curb rash again, you can replace them for pretty cheap. Now, speaking of wheels,
Interesting. Okay. Are there a lot of I assume there are, right? A lot of aftermarket products for Tesla. I've looked it up and I have seen quite a lot. So I'm just curious to see more so if it's good after quality or aftermarket quality. Because again, if you don't got to do maintenance, one of the big things with cars, especially gasoline cars, is you got to do so much maintenance to it. They have a million aftermarket parts for the same part. With Tesla, if you don't got to do that much to it, what else are they going to sell?
and rims, let's talk about the tires for a second. But I want to show you guys something first because
Oh
people
yeah,
don't
you got
believe
to
me
get those
about this, but
EV
I don't know how
tires
else
or
to prove
something.
it. Here's my odometer
Dude, what was that steering wheel?
because
What's
people
that?
don't believe me about this, but I don't know how else to prove.
I don't know. That looks like it'd be terrible to drive with that steering wheel. Like, oof, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that steering wheel. Oh, there's one of the aftermarket products. James, that damn steering wheel.
Here's my odometer, 55,000 miles. And these wheels that you see here are the wheels that I got when I first bought this car. I have not changed these wheels yet. Now, of course, we've all heard
It looks
stories,
decent.
myself included, about these tires on these Teslas not even lasting like 25 or 30,000 miles. I've experienced and have also heard stories of
I wonder if he tells us how long. 55. You spend 10,000 a year driving. That's about 5.5 years. So those are pretty good for 5.5 year tires. I mean, I'd definitely look at getting them replaced soon, but that's not
these
bad.
cars tires last north of 60,000 miles. So I will say, if you're
Okay,
buying a
yeah, I was gonna
used
say it's
Tesla,
getting close
instead
to
of
the used
inquiring
part.
about how many miles on the tires, go check the levels yourself, check the tires yourself, and see if they're at a level that's good enough for you when you buy it. Now, you might know you can use your phone as your key. I'm close here. I have my phone on me.
I did not
Car
know that.
unlocks. I
Okay.
can go ahead and drive it. But a new Tesla comes with 2 key cards, so you should be able to get those when you have them used as well. And those are important to have in case of emergency, but I will say also, do make sure that when you buy a used Tesla, the previous owner takes their Tesla off of their app and transfers it to you, so you
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say if they still got it on the app, couldn't they get in that? Okay, so again, I like how he's explaining it, but how? How do I make sure? I guess I'll have to watch a video on that or
can
something.
actually use your phone as your key. Now, you may or may not know that each Tesla, new or used, will come with continuous software updates that will improve the car and give it new features over time. However, if you care about full self-driving, you want to be aware of what hardware version your car comes with. So the ability for your Tesla to one day be completely 100% autonomous is looking more and more likely that the hardware 4 versions and later will be the ones to do so, and the hardware 3 versions and earlier will be incapable of that. Now, that's not
I've heard their self-driving is actually pretty good now. Like, it's not amazing, but it's definitely drivable, so that would be nice to
guaranteed,
have.
but do note that if this is the case, Tesla has said that they would
What am I talking about? I'm talking like I have money. I'm gonna get used one that just works, okay? That's all I'm trying to look for. I'm not gonna get self-driving.
replace all hardware 3 cars with hardware 4 once hardware 4 becomes fully autonomous. And they said they would do this for free. They didn't write anything down, it's not official, but they
Oh,
said
if
they
it's
would
not
do it for
written down,
free.
they're never gonna
Now,
do
how do
that.
you
Come
know
on,
if you
come
have
on. What are we
hardware
talking
4?
about?
Well, Model S and X
Anybody that has worked on contracts knows that if it's not written down, it is not gonna happen. Come
switched
on.
from hardware 3 to hardware 4 after March of 2023. Model Ys switched after May of 2023, and Model 3s, all 2024 and later versions have hardware 4, aka all the refreshed versions of the Model 3 have hardware 4. So anything before that is likely hardware 3, and if you're buying an older S or X, that may even have hardware 2.5. If your car comes with full self-driving, it will come to you when you buy the car, even if it's
Oh,
used.
okay. That's
And
cool.
that's kind of a debatable topic of whether that should or should not be the case in the Tesla community. But so let's say someone buys a new Tesla and
Oh, so you can only do it once. Okay. Then you have to buy it again if you buy another new vehicle on a third one? Interesting. I don't know. I feel like if you buy it, it should stick. I don't know. That's kind of stupid. The car.
purchases full self-driving outright with the car, once they sell the car, it won't stick with them. It will go to the next owner of the car. So if that's the case,
Okay. I get it now. I gotcha.
and you're buying a car that has complete
So
purchased
you get the
full
full self-driving
self-driving,
with it.
it
That's
will be
interesting.
transferred to you as well. But if they're paying monthly and they cancel that monthly subscription, you'll have to subscribe to it if you want full self-driving. Now, when it comes to the interior of Teslas, they're just like any other car. You want to check for your
Interior
normal
crocodile
wear and tear,
alligator. I
your
tried
normal
a Chevrolet
scratches,
movie
things in the seat,
Ator.
whatever. But one thing I noticed with Teslas in particular that's pretty much unavoidable, I would say, is this right here. The leather will get some wrinkles over time,
Oh,
just
come
getting
on.
in
Who
and out of
cares
the
about
car
that?
so much. But besides that, a well-maintained Tesla interior should be almost
I am honestly surprised he doesn't have seat covers. I feel like that's something everybody just kind of gets, even if they're cheap ones. The seats are going to be there forever, but the covers aren't. So you might as well just get some okay cheap covers just to make sure it's not going to get degraded that
like
much.
new. Now, I've heard of 2 things that happen in every single car, but happen
Does he drive the car in this video? I mean, is it just talking? I guess I wouldn't be buying this car anyway. Maybe it doesn't
more
matter.
in
I don't know.
Teslas,
I'm
and
just,
ironically,
used to buying a used car. You got to go over there and test drive it. You got to see what you're looking for on the inside. I'll be honest, nothing he said so far has been about it driving, right? The tires, you got to go outside. You got to look for. You got to check the battery. You got to check the app. Sorry about that. I don't know. It's just interesting to not see much driving involved.
I don't know if I believe that, but my car has both of them. And the first is that I've heard these windshields are more prone to cracks or chips. I have a small little rock chip right there. It's not spreading. I put a
Yeah,
little
that's
thing
not
on it to
bad.
fix it, but that's about it for the windshield. And secondly, just the exterior. Yeah, of course, you'll get some rock chips and some scratches over time on the front. That's normal. But with Teslas without mud flaps, I have heard and seen that there's more damage in this back panel here. I don't know what the heck I hit. I swear, that's not just normal stuff. Maybe some paint correction will fix that. But if you're buying a used Tesla, just check this bottom area right here towards the back to make sure there's no significant damage like that.
I mean, I'll be honest, that's pretty good if all we're worried about is the aesthetic appeal of it. Like, this is what I'm talking about. It doesn't seem like with much else, there's not much to look for. I'm taking apart a car, right? I'm checking the cooling. I'm making sure the temperature's good. I'm watching the live data. I'm checking if there's any oil leaks. Does the timing chain, the timing belt, does that have any leaks coming out of it, right? But this car, it just seems so
And
easy.
lastly, if you're buying a used Tesla, does it come with a charging cable? And if so, which cable does it come with? Because of course you got to upgrade your garage and your outlet to be able to charge your car at home, right? Well, maybe not. If you have a regular 120 volt outlet somewhere in your garage or anywhere you park that you have access to, all you may need is a mobile connector
Yeah,
if
but
you
won't that
don't
be
drive like
slow
an
as
Uber
hell?
driver and you can plug in overnight. And yeah, of course, it's a
Oh, yeah,
slower.
yeah, that is true. Would that give a battery full charge overnight? I still don't think it would. Like the 240 volts is definitely what you need over the 110. At least in my, again, I don't know anything about this. Let me know down below because he's going very quickly. He's doing a short synopsis of the basic details, but maybe there's another video that goes more in depth on this because I feel like I'm missing a lot.
Charge, but if you plug in overnight and can charge overnight, you can charge your Tesla with the same outlet you would use to charge your iPhone. But if you do want to upgrade your
Interesting.
at-home
Okay.
charging, be sure that your house or your garage can handle a faster outlet, because we tried to buy a wall connector. Well, we had credits, tried to get it for free and redeem it.
Wait, what? We bought a wall connector and just hooked it up to the
But we
110?
found out to be able to install a faster outlet in our garage,
Yeah, you got to run
it
a
would be
240.
like $2,000 to upgrade our entire circuit. And we didn't know that. So if that's the
2000. I think he's talking about just getting one installed. Maybe it's 2000 for that. I'm not sure. Let me know below. Got an outlets installed, but even a 240 is not 2000. What the hell were they doing? Maybe that's including all the materials too. That might be it.
case for you, you want a faster charge at home, just make sure your house or your garage can handle it. So those are the most important things to look out for when you're buying a used Tesla. If you want to buy this used Tesla, reach out to me in a few
Ooh, I want
months.
that
I'll
one
have the
specifically.
scratches corrected by then. I take great care of it, but yeah, hit me up in a few months. But anyways, I hope you found this video helpful.
Yeah,
If
so
you're
I'll
a
be
current
honest.
Tesla owner, leave a comment down
Sorry, I
below
thought it
of
was
anything
over.
that I missed that you'd look out for when buying a used Tesla. And if you're in the market for a used Tesla, check out some of those comments. We have a lot of great subscribers who comment on our videos who are very knowledgeable, so check them out down below. But as always, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.
Oh, good video, man. Good video. I'll like and subscribe, but I'll be honest. From this video, right, all I'm hearing is a bunch of different things about the aesthetics of it and just making sure the app is disconnected. Check the battery life and see if it has full self-driving so you can transfer it to that car. I mean, for the most part, it seems pretty basic. So I am interested. I want to know what y'all's opinion is, right? I'm not trying to get political. I know people don't like Elon Musk and the Teslas because of that. I just want a good car that just works, that I don't have to do maintenance on. That is affordable as well. When it comes to cars, right, a lot of the electric ones are just too pricey. But you get a used one, it's a lot cheaper. And that's what I'm curious about. If I get a used one, will I get screwed over? Most likely. Why not? Yeah, let me know down below. All right. Hey, thanks again for watching, guys, and I hope to see y'all soon.